After 70, hygiene isn't about smell, it's about health. These 3 neglected body parts can cause infections if ignored. The third one? Most women never clean it right. Let's be honest, as we age, our bodies change. Gravity, hormonal shifts, and the simple passage of time can redistribute weight and create new contours, sometimes forming discrete pockets and folds in our skin. While these are perfectly natural, they become unexpected havens for something far less natural, a silent, persistent attack on your skin's integrity. I'm talking about the areas under the breasts, within abdominal folds, in the groin creases, and even the armpits. These aren't just minor nooks, they are high-risk zones, and doctors are seeing a concerning uptick in infections directly linked to their neglect, particularly in women over 70. Why are these areas such a problem? Think of them as miniature greenhouses. They trap moisture from sweat, from residual water after showering, even from lotions that don't fully absorb. This trapped moisture, combined with warmth and the constant friction of skin rubbing against skin or clothing, creates the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, fungi, and yeast. You see, the skin in these areas is often thinner, more fragile, and less resilient in our senior years. It doesn't bounce back as quickly from irritation, and its natural barrier function can be compromised. This isn't just about feeling a little damp, it's about the microscopic organisms throwing a party, and you're hosting without realizing the potential havoc they can wreak. One of the most common adversaries here is Candida, a type of yeast. It thrives in these moist, warm environments, leading to what doctors call intertrigo, or a yeast infection of the skin folds. It manifests as an angry, red rash, often accompanied by itching, burning, and sometimes a distinctive odor. If left unchecked, it can crack the skin, opening the door for more serious bacterial infections like cellulitis, which can be incredibly painful and even require hospitalization. And let's not even start on the discomfort. Imagine constant itching, a persistent feeling of uncleanliness, or pain every time you move. It erodes your quality of life, your confidence, and frankly, your ability to simply enjoy your day. The critical, often missed insight here isn't just to wash these areas, it's how to wash, and more importantly, how to dry them. Most women will use their regular body wash and a quick towel off, but for these hidden faults, that's simply not enough. Your regular soap might be too harsh, stripping away natural oils and further weakening your skin barrier. Instead, opt for a pH-balanced, fragrance-free cleanser, something gentle that won't irritate already delicate skin. The real game changer is the drying process. After your shower, don't just pat your general body and assume these folds are dry. You need to meticulously, yet gently, pat each fold completely dry with a soft, clean towel. Think of it as opening a book and drying each page. Take your time. Better yet, introduce a cool hair dryer on a low setting for 30-60 seconds to ensure every crevice is bone dry. This isn't vanity, it's a vital preventative measure. Once these areas are thoroughly dry, consider a protective barrier. A light dusting of cornstarch-free powder, cornstarch can actually feed yeast, or a specialized antifungal powder can absorb residual moisture. Even better, a thin layer of a zinc oxide-based barrier cream can create a physical shield against moisture and friction. Imagine applying it like a very thin, invisible glove. This isn't something you need to do every day if your skin is healthy, but it's a powerful tool for prevention, especially during warmer months or if you know you'll be more active. Don't just slather it on. A tiny amount, gently rubbed in until it almost disappears, is all you need. The synergy of gentle cleansing, meticulous drying, and intelligent barrier protection is your trifecta against the silent invasion. This isn't about being obsessive, it's about being strategic with your self-care, safeguarding your skin, and reclaiming your comfort and confidence, often without even realizing it was at risk. That's your perineal zone. Now let's move to an area that often gets minimal, hurried attention, yet demands the most meticulous care for women over 70. The perineal zone. This encompasses the genital and anal regions, and frankly, it's a hotbed of potential issues if not managed correctly. For senior women, the changes brought by menopause and aging, Specifically, declining estrogen levels create a cascade of vulnerabilities that make this area particularly susceptible to infection and irritation. This isn't just about feeling clean. It's about preventing painful, persistent problems that can severely impact your health and even lead to hospital visits. Think about the delicate ecosystem down there. Post-menopause, the vaginal lining, once plump and resilient, becomes thinner, drier, and more fragile. This condition, known as vaginal atrophy, reduces its natural protective mechanisms, making it far easier for bacteria to take hold. Combine this with the increased likelihood of urinary incontinence. Even minor leaks can create a constantly moist environment. And you have a perfect storm for issues like recurrent urinary tract infections, UTIs, and yeast infections. A UTI can be more than just an inconvenience. In older adults, it can quickly escalate to kidney infections, sepsis, and even cause sudden confusion or delirium, often leading to emergency room visits and a significant decline in overall health. The crucial, life-saving insight here is moving beyond the outdated advice of a quick soap and water wash. For your perineal zone, harsh soaps, fragranced products, and even some seemingly gentle body washes can do more harm than good. They disrupt the delicate pH balance, stripping away beneficial bacteria and irritating the already fragile skin and mucous membranes. The result? Increased dryness, itching, and an open invitation for pathogenic bacteria and yeast to colonize. Instead, medical professionals now strongly recommend using only warm water or a specialized pH-balanced perineal cleanser. These cleansers are specifically formulated to be non-irritating and to support the natural vaginal flora. This isn't about being overly delicate, it's about respecting the specific biological needs of this incredibly sensitive area. Let's talk about the mechanics of cleaning. The cardinal rule, one you've probably heard since childhood, but bears repeating with urgency, is to always wipe from front to back after using the toilet. This prevents the transfer of bacteria from the anal area to the urethra, significantly reducing your risk of UTIs. But beyond that, consider the frequency and thoroughness. If you experience any degree of incontinence or even just feel damp, don't wait for your next shower. Gentle, pH-balanced perineal wipes can be a lifesaver for refreshing the area throughout the day. These are not your average baby wipes. They are designed for adult skin, often infused with soothing ingredients like aloe or witch hazel, and crucially, they are free of alcohol and harsh chemicals. They offer a discreet, effective way to maintain cleanliness and prevent irritation before it starts. Another overlooked habit: showering or bathing technique. Instead of just letting water run over the area, gently cleanse with your hand or a soft, clean washcloth, ensuring you get into all the folds and crevices without scrubbing. And just like with your skin folds, meticulous drying is paramount. Pat the area completely dry with a clean, soft towel. Consider investing in a bidet. For many senior women, the physical difficulty of reaching to clean thoroughly, especially with conditions like arthritis, makes a bidet an invaluable tool. It allows for a warm, gentle wash with minimal effort, significantly enhancing hygiene and comfort. This isn't just about comfort, it's about protecting your urinary tract, maintaining vaginal health, and upholding your dignity. The proactive, informed care of your perineal zone is a cornerstone of maintaining your independence and preventing a cascade of health issues that could otherwise steal your joy and vitality. Os between toes. All right, let's talk about your feet. They carry you through life, bear your weight day in and day out, yet they are often the most neglected parts of our bodies, especially as we get older. For senior women, this neglect isn't just a minor oversight. It's a perilous gamble that can lead to debilitating infections, loss of mobility, and in severe cases, even amputations. And the most dangerous, often ignored zone on your foot: the spaces between your toes. Most women will give their feet a cursory wash in the shower, maybe a quick rub with a towel, and call it good. But if you're over 70, that's simply not good enough, and doctors are seeing the dire consequences. Why are the spaces between your toes such a critical concern? Just like the hidden folds we discussed earlier, these tiny crevices are prime real estate for moisture retention. They stay warm and damp, creating the perfect incubator for fungal infections like athlete's foot, tinea pedis. But for senior women, there's an added layer of vulnerability. Circulation to the extremities often diminishes with age, making it harder for your body to fight off infections. Nerve sensation can also decrease, a condition called neuropathy, particularly if you have diabetes. This means you might not even feel the itching or irritation of an infection taking hold until it's already advanced. A seemingly innocuous patch of athlete's foot can crack the skin, opening a pathway for dangerous bacterial infections like cellulitis, which, as we mentioned, can spread rapidly and become life-threatening. For diabetic women, even a tiny crack or wound on the foot, if left untreated, can lead to severe complications, including ulcers and gangrene. The profound, often overlooked insight here is the absolute necessity of a daily, deliberate ritual for your feet, focusing intently on those interdigital spaces. It starts in the shower. Use a gentle pH-balanced soap, the same one you might use for your other delicate areas, and really get in between each toe. Don't just let the water run over them, actively clean them. But the real secret, the tip that 99% of women miss, comes after the wash. Meticulous, absolute, uncompromising drying of every single toe, and especially the skin between them. A regular bath towel might be too thick to get into those tight spaces. Consider using a smaller, softer cloth or even a cotton swab for very tight spaces to ensure every speck of moisture is gone. Air drying isn't enough. Pat, pat, pat until it's bone dry. This might take an extra minute or two, but it's an investment that pays dividends in preventing painful, persistent fungal nightmares. Beyond just cleaning and drying, consider a preventative powder. A non-talc, antifungal powder, lightly dusted between your toes, can act as a shield, absorbing any residual moisture and creating an unfriendly environment for fungal growth. This isn't just for women with current issues. It's a proactive habit for everyone, especially if you wear closed-toe shoes for long periods. Another novel insight is the importance of daily foot inspection. This might sound obvious, but how many of us truly look at the bottoms of our feet or closely examine between our toes every day? Use a mirror if you have difficulty bending over. Look for any redness, peeling, cracks, blisters, or unusual growths. Catching an issue early can prevent it from escalating into something far more serious. Finally, think about your footwear. Breathable socks made of moisture-wicking materials, like certain blends of cotton or bamboo or specialized athletic socks, can make a huge difference. Avoid synthetic materials that trap sweat. Change your socks daily or more often if your feet get sweaty. And make sure your shoes are well-fitting and allow your feet to breathe. Don't underestimate the power of simply letting your feet air out when you're at home. This isn't about vanity pedicures. It's about preserving your mobility, preventing falls, which can often stem from foot pain or balance issues related to poor foot health, and ultimately maintaining your independence to live the life you cherish. Your feet are your foundation. Treat them with the respect and diligent care they deserve. You've just been given the vital blueprint to protect your body parts that doctors are now openly warning senior women about. These aren't just minor hygiene tips. They are non-negotiable habits for preserving your health, your comfort, and your independence, especially as you navigate your 70s and beyond. We talked about the hidden folds, those moist, warm havens for infection, and how meticulous drying and barrier creams are your best defense. We unveiled the crucial, often misunderstood care of the perineal zone, emphasizing pH-balanced cleansing and meticulous front-to-back hygiene to prevent debilitating UTIs and discomfort. And finally, we dug deep into the often neglected spaces between your toes, revealing how daily, thorough drying and inspection are your shields against infections that could steal your mobility and even your overall health. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment through knowledge. It's about taking proactive, informed steps to ensure your golden years are truly golden, unburdened by preventable pain, irritation, or health crises. Your dignity, your comfort, and your ability to live life on your own terms depend on it. Don't let these silent threats diminish your vitality. Take control, starting today. Which of these 3 crucial habits are you going to implement more diligently starting today to protect your body? Drop your choice below. Let's inspire each other towards healthier, more independent lives.